What is up, YouTube? I'm Devon DaVinci, leader of the Renaissance crew, and you're watching DaVinci Reacts. Today I got a reaction for you guys. This is how Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker should have ended. This is channel, obviously, how it should have ended, or I believe it's HISHE. I will have a link for the channel at the end of this video right around here. If you haven't seen the original video, click the original link in the description box down below. It's the best way you can show the channel support is by watching their videos or subscribing to their channel. If you don't want to watch the video 2 times, but you still want to, show support in some way, the best thing you can do is, I always recommend, opening the video in a new tab or a new window, the original video, by the way, and starting it, pressing the mute button, and coming back and watching this. By the time this video is over, that video will be over, so you have given them a view, and you will not have to watch it twice, I guess. But hopefully you have watched the original video by now. Let's go ahead and jump into this, see what it has to offer. I will leave my opinions on Star Wars: Rise of the Skywalker at the end. I believe I did do a reaction to it. Or not a reaction. I believe I did a review on my channel. Check my channel out. I believe I did do a review for it. If you want to see that, it's kind of like a podcast episode almost. Because I believe it's like 2 hours long. But anyway, let's jump into this, see what it has to offer.
Hey guys, this episode is brought to you by NordVPN. In honor of their 8th birthday, they have a special gift and pricing just for you. So check out the link in the description for more details. Now, on with the show!
If you want to watch my In-Betweeners episodes in their entirety with sound and everything, best thing I can recommend is get a VPN. And you can use an American server because usually my videos get blocked in the UK and stuff. And that's a promo code you can use.
I killed Snoop.
That is true. That is very true. If they would introduce Palpatine at some point during the trilogy, besides the very last episode, the series would have had a lot more staying power. A lot more staying power. Like, now it feels like, well, it doesn't feel, I'm pretty sure it's pretty much confirmed at this point that the sequel trilogy was pretty much stitched together like Frankenstein. Like, they didn't go into it with a full-on plan. They probably had an idea of what they wanted to do, but the idea quickly got scrapped when Subvert Your Expectations Rian Johnson came in and decided to do something different and just destroyed all the plans. He killed off Snoke. And I guess his plan was he wanted to build Kylo Ren as the big bad guy. But at the same time, he also built him up to be, like, to possibly switch over to the good side. Like, he was, like, still rocky on where he, his loyalties lie. And it's like, okay, so if in the third movie, if we went based off what Rian Johnson wanted, it was either Kylo's going to be the main bad guy, which... I guess it's okay, but he'd have to have some type of change. Like, maybe, like, go full evil like Anakin and get the Sith eyes and everything. Like, oh, Kylo has went beyond where he was before. Now he's Sith. And give him a Darth name, Darth something. And that could have set him off as, okay, now we got a main bad guy. They could have did that, or you could have turned him good, in which case, if he turned good, who the hell are y'all going to fight against? So it's like, all you really could have done was turn him bad. But yeah, they should have made Kylo go full-on Sith.
I'll kill you,
and gave him a Darth
my
name.
Boy.
And that would have established him as the main bad guy.
The might of the final order will soon be ready. It will be yours if you do as I already have everything I need. I'm Supreme Leader, duh. But I will give you new ships, hidden beneath the ice. Complete with red helmets. Red helmets, so scary. Makes them so much better.
I mean, it did look cooler, though.
We also have Death Star lasers. Is that enough? Ow, come on!
Don't get me started on the Death Star lasers.
Oh no, we're sinking!
Yeah, if only one of us could lift heavy objects with their minds.
All right.
Wait, I never told you.
Force. You were saying?
Yeah.
I'm just a lonely space snake.
Yeah. This entire movie depended on them falling into that sand trap. Yeah, spaceships have guns. Oh, I hated this scene. I hated it.
Rey!
What?
It's Kylo Ren!
I am aware of that!
Kylo Ren! He's out there with Rey!
You got a blaster? Do something about it!
Oh, right.
Woo!
Who are you?
Chewie, you're saved! Oh, he's not even here.
Rey! They got Chewie! In the other ship!
Rey!
Okay,
That was the
Finn.
entire movie.
Thanks.
Rey!
Yes!
What,
That was the entire movie. Rey! Oh, man. But yeah, on that scene, like, I would imagine that if somebody would have started shooting at Kylo, he would have just done the thing he did in Force Awakens where he just stopped the bullets. Which was cool. They should have done more of that.
what are you doing there, 3PO?
Taking one last look, sir, at my friends. There's R2, Chewbacca, Master Luke, General Organa,
This is May
and our
Han.
Calrissian.
Not us?
Oh goodness, of course not you. I hardly know
Damn
you.
straight.
And most of the time you're rude to me. If I
Yeah,
were
they were assholes.
I would delete that stupid Sith translation right out of my memory banks out of spite. Yes. You know what? Let's see how you like it. Just to see how far you get without me. I am C-3PO, human cyborg relations. Peace out, Panthers. Translation deleted.
Hey!
I like Boba Frick. Or Babu Frick, I believe his name was. I liked him. He was cool. I also like the little abused droid that was afraid to get people to touch him because he thought they were going to, like, abuse him. So he would always be like, no thanks, no thanks. Like, whenever they try to touch him. That was cute and sad and cute all at the same time. Like, just everything. Yes, it said cute twice. That's how cute it was. C-3PO deserved way more respect in that goddamn movie. This series is damn... If Palpatine is as important to the series of the Skywalker saga or whatever, because he was in all nine... Well, I'll take that back. He was only in 7 of the 9 movies. Because, again, bad planning. C-3PO was in all 9 of the movies. So, screw Skywalker saga. Screw the story of Palpatine. This is the story of C-3PO. And not to mention, if anybody out here that plays Galaxy of Heroes, you know that just how important C-3PO is as a character. He's more important than just about every last one of them characters in this goddamn movie. Well, technically Rey is the galactic legend version of Rey, so... They just introduced her and she's kind of broken. C-3PO is a good second, but yeah. C-3PO deserves way more respect from... Especially this group of new heroes that just came to the damn scene thinking they run in Star Wars and going to try to push C-3PO around, goddammit. You don't deserve it. You haven't earned it.
Hey. Well, poodoo.
Sir, an assault team has landed on our hull.
Jam the speeders.
They aren't using speeders, sir. They're using space horses.
Really?
Now this is pod race! Oh, come on!
I like that callback.
Hold on. You can use the Force and hold a lightsaber after you're dead?
Yes? Why?
You are coming with me.
What?
Okay, let's take it from the top. When they get here, I really want to impress them, so be extra spooky, okay? Really go for it.
I don't think there was really a story behind the crowd of Sith in that
Brian,
arena,
stop,
was it?
Brian, you're pitchy. It's Rama ha ha ma ha, and you're going Rama ha ha ra ha. You see the difference? Okay, again.
It's over, Palpatine.
Oh, she's here. Ready? Ra ha. Ruined my entrance, Brian.
You don't just get to show up at the
Ruined it,
last
Brian.
second and take back what you already lost.
Oh, I'm afraid I can. If you strike me down, my spirit will be passed on into you.
I'm thinking about that comedy skit I reacted to.
What a conundrum.
If you strike
Oh,
me down.
I'm not going to strike you down. They are.
Hello there.
Damn straight. Damn straight.
Should
Yes.
I be spanking will you have? What are they going to do? Nag me to death from beyond the grave?
I'm with you too.
That's how. This is exactly how it should have ended.
Sorry I'm late.
I am not concerned about 2 self-proclaimed Jedi and a bunch of ghosts.
You get a lightsaber, and you get a lightsaber, and you don't need a lightsaber.
Those are
and you
the
get a
actual
lightsaber.
lightsabers too.
I'm using the Force to grab objects
Whoever
anywhere
animated
in the
this
universe.
did a lot
I'm
of
surprised you
research.
didn't know that was possible.
Well, that is just stupid. I suppose next you're going to tell me that I can use the Force to heal wounds.
Oh, you can.
My granddaughter is so powerful.
You have a granddaughter?
No, you stop it right now.
So exciting! We gotta tell everybody! Hey, Sith Spirits!
Ignore him.
Have you heard the news? Palps is a grandpa!
Shut up.
Palpatine got busy?
I don't want to think about it.
Lost their touch, someone has. This has gotten ridiculous.
Why is Anakin a young
Taken together, one epic beat.
Anakin, but Luke is old?
Anakin, no! Wait, what are you doing? Put me down! Rey, the Jedi are taking over! Sith spirits, do something! Blast it, Brian!
Execute order! Follow go splat!
Brian.
Yes! Chosen one!
Well, that was anticlimactic.
Chosen one.
Oh, you can't be serious.
Foolish Jedi! I have died before. I am the Sith, and I cannot be defeated.
Hey, Dad, look what I can do.
I was about to say he did it just like Darth Vader used to do it.
I learned it by watching you.
That's my boy!
I'm afraid my body is still quite
reference.
operational.
Now's our chance. Get him!
Taste the
Stay dead.
That feel out of nowhere to anyone else.
Kind of, yeah.
Who are you?
I'm Rey.
Rey who?
Revenge of the Sith! Bow before your Empress! Dark side!
And that is what happened.
No, it isn't. Yeah, you exploded yourself with lightning.
No, I didn't.
Pretty sure you did.
Nope, my spirit is now one with my granddaughter.
He's in denial, isn't he?
Everyone get out!
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching, and thank you again to NordVPN for making this episode possible. If you want to protect your data from the dark side, then a VPN is important.
Well, I'm gonna let this play out.
If you don't know what a VPN is, to oversimplify it, they basically
Just know
shield your data on the
NordVPN
internet
is-
by encrypting it. And right now,
It's what I
NordVPN has a special deal
I don't
going
have any
on for
deals
our
with
audience
anything like
in
that.
honor of their 8th birthday.
I do want
If you
to,
buy a 3-year plan,
get
not only will you
my
get an additional month
In-Betweeners
free,
episodes
but you'll also get another surprise
completely.
gift from our friends
The
at
best way to do it is
NordVPN.
use a
This is in
VPN
addition to the
because
70% off.
It allows you to
Just visit
switch over to different servers in different
nordvpn.com/howitshould and
countries.
use the promo code
Countries
HowItShould.
where the videos
So
might
protect
not be
yourself no
blocked
matter
in,
where you
so-
are with NordVPN's super fast servers and double encryption for increased anonymity. Just go to
I will have a link for their
nordvpn.com/howitshould and use
NordVPN
promo code
promo in
HowItShould
my
today.
box also.
Okay, that's all for now. Thanks again for
Oh,
watching,
boy.
and hopefully we'll
Vince
see you next
Polo.
time.
But that ending with all the ghost of the Jedi, that would have been perfect. I think that they actually were planning on doing something like that, but it didn't work out for some reason. The whole thing about Luke's ghost coming with Rey to fight Palpatine. I think there was actually an explanation for why Force ghosts were able to do so much in this sequel trilogy, like Yoda summoning the lightning and Luke lifting the ship and grabbing the lightsaber. I believe it was established that on that island, it was very strongly connected with the Force, and it allowed Force ghosts to do things they wouldn't be able to do in other parts of the universe. That's the reason why Luke isolated himself on that planet. That's the reason why all the Jedi texts and stuff were stored there. And you know, I think that was the story. Like, that area is very strong in the Force. Yeah, I don't know why Anakin is young and Luke is old. Like that's interesting. Like, do you get to pick when, like, what your Force Ghost looks like? Is it about, like, when's the last time we saw you? Because with Luke, I mean, with Anakin, it's iffy. Because technically Anakin died when Darth Vader when he became Darth Vader. That's when Anakin technically died. But Anakin came back at the end of Return of the Jedi, and he was older. And there was a scene with the Force Ghost where they used older Anakin, and then they retconned it when the prequels came out. So I don't know exactly where that falls, but I don't know. It feels like they should be young, but it is, I do like the fact they still got the trope with Anakin flipping the hell out over having a son and a grandkid. That's a good callback. That's called branding. Yeah, Galaxy of Heroes. Played the hell out of the game. Seeing a lot of those characters makes me wish that I could, like, invest more and get them, because I'm trying my hardest to get certain characters, but man, it's a grind. Really, it's a grind. Yeah, I still don't agree with the fact that Palpatine became the main bad guy in the movies. I think that they should have built up Snoke more and made him something. Also, I don't like, people like to assume that Star Wars has to be related to the Skywalkers and the Empire and Stormtroopers and this, that, and the other. And it's like, that's only associated with the Skywalker saga. The 60 or so years between when Anakin was born to when Palpatine died to Rey. That's all that time period really calculates for. You still have a ton of Star Wars around that doesn't tackle any of that stuff. The only thing that really carries over is Jedi and Sith. Like, that's it. Technically Republic carries over, but the Republic changes, so it's not like the same thing. I mean, like, look at the story of, like, Darth Revan and the old Republic era. They could have made a movie where the main character is like some Jedi being trained to fight against the Sith Empire in the old Republic era, where there's like tons of Jedi, tons of Sith. You could have made an entire trilogy on that and had a ton of content you could have tackled, and never once would have had to have touched the Skywalker story. You would have never even had to bother with it, but for some reason you tried to shoehorn these new characters into this story. And then when Rian Johnson came in and tried to do something new, it wasn't the fact that he tried to do something new, because you can do something new and still make it good. Like, look at The Mandalorian. I haven't seen it, but people say that it's amazing. So you can still do something new and still make it, like, good. The problem was Rian Johnson tried to make the sequel trilogy unique, but at the expense of the characters from the past, by killing off Luke, by like retconning a ton of different stories and powers and laws and physics in Star Wars. Like, he kind of like tried to kill the past to make a new story or something, when it's like, you didn't have to kill the past. You could have just made a new story. There's a ton of Star Wars that hasn't been explored yet. Like, look at the Force Fallen Order. Look at Star Wars Fallen Order. Like, that's a story that doesn't really tackle any of the modern stuff, even though it takes place during the same time as the Anakin Luke storylines. But you don't really see anything like that. I'm not going to say anything too much because I don't want to risk any spoilers, but you don't really see anything like that. It doesn't really tackle anything that directly connects with those characters. But at the same time, it's still an amazing story. Disney, it seemed to me like they took the easy way out. They tried to just piggyback off of the story that was already made for Star Wars. And when they got called out for being pretty much just a rehash with the Force Awakens, they tried to go, oh, well, let's do something different, but destroy the past. Like, kill the past so we can make our own storyline. And it's like, no, people didn't like that because they didn't want the past to be killed. And then the Rise of Skywalker, where they tried to take this. Actually, the Kylo Ren mask is a great analogy. It's a great analogy for the storyline of the sequel trilogy. I can't believe I didn't think about it before. They might have done it on purpose. So Kylo Ren has this mask that in The Force Awakens, he uses it because he wants to be like his grandfather, Darth Vader. Just like Force Awakens. They want to be just like the original trilogy. The second movie, he destroys the mask because he wants to destroy his past and get himself away from the Vader image, which is what the movie did. It tried to destroy the past storylines and try to make the audience completely forget about everything that had happened before and focus on like this new storyline that they were trying to create. And then the last movie, Rise of Skywalker, he takes the mask and pieces by piece puts it together again. And even though it's together, it's still broken and fractured and stuff like that. It looks, the way they put it together, it looks like it was broken in pieces, but they tried to haphazardly glue it together. And that's what the series did. Like, they tried to fix all the stuff that was broken by Last Jedi. And in the end, while you did like try to do right by stuff, it still was like broken, and you can tell it was like just pieced together. It's not like, you can just look at it and tell, yeah, this was something that somebody just did the last minute. Like, they just took all the stuff that they thought worked and let's just glue it all together and make it work somehow. So yeah, that's a great analogy. The Kylo Ren mask is a good representation of the sequel trilogy. Well, with that being said, I have one more reaction to a Star Wars video. If you haven't known by now, Star Wars, I'm a huge fan of Star Wars, like a big time fan, obviously. And I will be checking out more content from it. I would like to do some more videos on Galaxy of Heroes for those of you that play it. Very deep game. Very pay to win. Very pay to win. So being a free-to-play player, it's tough. It is tough as hell. Because it'll take me probably like 2 years to get what most people have in 2 days. But with that being said, I'm going to wrap this up. I'm Devon DaVinci. Hopefully you've just been a little more enlightened. I look forward to seeing what you guys have to say in the future. Until then, I'm going to go ahead and sign out. Remember to check out How It Should Have Ended. Like I said, the link will pop up right around here soon. I'm going to give you the deuces, and I'll see you in the future. Deuces.